Hey everyone! The era of manual pixel pushing is officially over. Today, we're unpacking a massive paradigm shift: how AI is transforming design teams from pure executors into architects of intelligent UI engines. Stick around to learn how to step into your new role as an AI architect. Let's jump right in.
Now, you might have seen this quote going around from our sources: "The old software engineer job is dead." It sounds incredibly provocative, right? Almost clickbaity. But what we're really talking about here is an evolution, not an extinction event. The traditional idea of a software engineer, the role revolving entirely around writing raw code and manually implementing logic, that is rapidly changing. And it's happening simply because code itself is becoming a commodity. AI systems can generate, debug, and optimize that code way faster than any human ever could.
Brad Frost, the creator of Atomic Design, really hit the nail on the head regarding this shift. He says AI is poised to commoditize the creation of basic UI. But the absolutely crucial word in his thought process is orchestrating. The future of design systems isn't about manually managing some static folder full of buttons anymore. It's about training and governing active AI engines using your brand's highly specific logic. We're literally moving from pure execution to high-level orchestration.
So, here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll cover the end of manual labor, building intelligent UI engines, frictionless design handoffs, faster delivery for product managers, and we'll wrap up with the new role of the human architect.
All right, part 1, the end of manual labor, moving from execution to orchestration.
Let's be real, we all know the absolute grind of pushing pixels and chasing down minor layout bugs. But engineers and designers are currently shifting out of those execution-heavy roles and straight into decision-making roles. Before, your entire Tuesday might be filled with writing boilerplate code and building basic features completely from scratch. Now, AI can write that boilerplate in seconds. But here's the catch. AI doesn't understand your specific business context. It doesn't understand architectural trade-offs or long-term system behaviors. That is exactly where you step in. The modern tech professional is a systems thinker, making those high-level decisions under complex constraints to make sure everything scales.
Moving into our second phase, building intelligent UI engines, systems that actually think.
Let's look at what actually happens when your design system evolves from a passive, static library into an active engine that thinks alongside you. Take documentation. Let's face it, it's universally considered the most tedious part of maintaining a design system, even though it's absolutely critical for anyone to actually use it. Well, instead of a human writing out a file from scratch, a large language model just integrates directly into your workflow. It reads the component's code, it reads the design file, and then it generates do's and don'ts based on UX heuristics. It creates human-readable tables explaining every single prop, and boom! It automatically spits out live boilerplate sandboxes. It literally spells the end of the dreaded blank page.
Part 3. Frictionless design handoffs, bridging the gap between design and code.
This transition between designers and engineers has historically been the biggest friction point in product development, right? Just endless back and forth. But AI is stepping in as this incredibly intelligent translator. When a designer finalizes a token, AI agents instantly inject it right into production-ready CSS or Tailwind. No human intervention needed at all. If a designer builds a complex card, an AI assistant analyzes the layout and just generates pixel-perfect React code. It even handles predictive accessibility, meaning it actually analyzes color contrast and area labels before a component is even published, anticipating how a screen reader is going to interpret it. And if someone updates a primary brand color, the AI instantly propagates that change across the entire system in real time.
Tools like Layout Lab are enabling what the industry likes to call a breadth-first approach. So instead of committing to a super detailed implementation right out the gate and burning hours on pixel-level tweaks, your team can rapidly experiment with multiple layout configurations. You go wide instead of deep. The AI handles all the tedious grunt work of precise organization and responsiveness, which totally frees up your designers to focus on higher-order decisions around actual usability.
Which brings us to part 4, faster delivery for PMs, or what we can call the consumer experience. This shift is a total game changer for the actual consumers of these design systems, the product managers and developers building the daily features. Listen to this perspective from Guillermo Rauch, the CEO of Vercel. He says, "We are moving to a world where developers will not write UI code from scratch. Instead, they're going to interact with conversational agents that are exclusively trained on their company's internal component library. The AI acts as the orchestrator. It pulls the exact components it needs from the registry, assembles them, and hands over the final layout so product developers can just focus on business logic." And we have a perfect real-world example of this from the source material, Ujic AI. It creates entire interfaces strictly from text descriptions. Imagine a product manager just typing out a prompt like, hey, create a user profile settings page using our standard 2-column layout. The AI instantly generates the visual concepts using the established design system rules. It completely democratizes visual creation across cross-functional teams, getting you from ideation to implementation in record time.
So what does this actually mean for the business? Well, organizations leaning into AI-integrated design systems are reporting up to 50% faster prototyping compared to their old traditional methods. When the AI is handling the routine resizing, generating layouts, and making sure all the styles match up perfectly, your delivery timelines just shrink dramatically without sacrificing any quality.
And check this out. Teams are also seeing up to an 80% reduction in documentation time by using AI assistants to handle those initial drafts. I mean, just think about that scale. Think about how much time that frees up for your team to tackle real, complex problem solving instead of agonizing over routine upkeep. Finally, Part 5, the human architect, governance and empathy. With all this incredible automation, the elephant in the room is obvious. Are humans becoming obsolete? Well, the consensus from the experts is a resounding no. This is about augmentation, not replacement. Actually, as AI makes it easier and faster to generate UI, the strictness of your underlying design system becomes more critical than ever. Why? Because if an AI grabs a flawed, inaccessible button component, it's going to replicate and distribute that flaw thousands of times in a fraction of a second. So yes, AI can instantly generate variants or catch a rogue hex code in a pull request, but human governance is absolutely required to maintain quality control, ensure cultural sensitivity, and make sure the interface actually aligns with human empathy.
The smartest teams are positioning AI as a collaborative partner. In this model, the AI tackles all those repetitive, production-heavy chores, while the human designers firmly hold onto the creative steering wheel. Human validation is what ensures that all these AI-generated assets actually connect properly with the end user. You aren't just building a UI anymore. You're acting as the architect, ensuring the whole system stays reliable, scalable, and most importantly, distinctly human.
So I'm going to leave you with this one final provocative thought to chew on today. Take a hard look at your current workflows. Is your team still painstakingly building a static library of parts? Or are you shifting your focus to training an active, intelligent engine? The tools to wipe out manual labor and supercharge feature delivery are quite literally already here. The transition from execution to architectural strategy has begun. The only question now is how quickly you are going to embrace your new role as the AI architect. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.